Avengers Assembled. Today we're looking at the Iron Man 2 3 3/4 inch figure line from Hasbro, and this is the Weapon Assault Drone. These drones, man, I don't know. The names are a little too similar for my taste, and a little too hard to figure out which one is which by the toy name. I'm actually reshooting this review just because I did the whole gigantic long review of this guy calling it the Ground Assault Drone. The Ground Assault Drone being the Army drone, as it would be. This is the Marines drone from the movie. Kind of stinks they couldn't have just called it the Marines drone, but I guess the government would have wanted to take a cut on that or something. But still, the drones are freaking cool, so without wasting any more time, let's take a look at the figure. As with any of these Iron Man 2 figures, we get the stand. It has a place to put your cards, the one peg hole, the base, and the part where the name should go. If the name was on here, I probably would remember what type of drone this was. We have the hologram card thing, the 3 cards that all add up to make the picture of the individual armor or character. This one could be kind of cool to mix and match with some of the other things. Heck, you could take the one that has the head on it and put Whiplash on it. You almost have Final Battle Whiplash. No? Yeah, it's just lame. For accessories, he wouldn't be the Weapon Assault Drone if he didn't have some weapons, I guess. He comes with these whips that really don't seem like they belong with him. They actually seem to belong with another character with whip in his name. Yeah, you can kind of figure out which one I'm talking about there. Actually, in a review of Whiplash, I did put these in his hands, because I think these are nicer than the whips he came with, but of course, they're not the right ones. They're not entirely right. They do peg in over here. There's a little doofatchet at the end. You bring in the figure's hand, and it will just peg right underneath there. The other weapon he comes with are these little saw-type attachments. I don't really know what the purpose of having a saw would be. I guess it was a marine robot. You know, maybe it would need to saw through some jungle or forest or something to get where it's going, but when it can fly, who really cares? Same as the whip, it just pegs right in under the arm. And he has one of these for each arm. The other accessory he comes with is an alternate head. This one has the kind of light up section in the middle. I don't remember what it looked like in the movie specifically, which head was on it, but the normal head matches the one on the air drone a little better, so I just kept it with that. And then we have the drone itself in all of its glory. You know I'm going to like this figure because it's a unique mold. That seems to be the ones that really get my love in this line, are the ones that are a unique body type, and this one definitely has it. He is pretty darn cool. I wish they would have given him the tiger stripes like it had in the movie. I don't see why they couldn't have. I don't think that's copywritten by anyone. Kind of a bummer they didn't. You could always customize it. These guys are a little harder to come by, at least they seem to have been. I picked mine up at a Kmart that had gotten a weird shipment of Iron Man figures. I've since seen them showing up in like Target and Walmart and things like that, but it took a long time for these to finally hit shelves for most places, it seems. The ironic thing is, I think I've mentioned on a lot of these Iron Man reviews that some of these figures are rare, but in the last couple weeks since I've been doing these reviews, I've been kind of looking at the figures again, just, you know, seeing what's on the shelves, and turns out I'm wrong. A lot of these ones have kind of been sitting on the pegs now. I've seen the Mark 1, the Mark 2, the Mark 5, well, the Mark 5 was always common, but Whiplash, these drones, Ironmonger. I guess either we're getting reships of all the harder to find ones, or I was just wrong in general. The body on this drone is just really cool. I love the arc reactor's kind of covered by a piece of armor. It's got all these different armor platings. Just looks really industrial and cool. Really, really like the design of this figure. On the arms, he has these extra little plates that can bend out. I guess they're supposed to be shields or something. They don't really accomplish a whole lot. You can't really get them to do much. I mean, you can't have him block his head with them or anything like that. So they don't really serve much of a function, but they are still kind of a cool little detail. For articulation, you have a ball-jointed head up here. Rotate at the torso. Pin socket shoulders, so you get 360. It can go up, but it is hindered by the shoulder pad. No soft plastic here, it just rams up against the side. You can bend at the elbow. No swivel in this elbow, which is a little disappointing, and no rotation at the wrist because of the way the gauntlets are shaped. He has the movie-style ball joint legs, except for the fact that it's a flattened piece up here, so it moves kind of more like that. It's kind of a weird angle. You could still rotate it and turn it, but the design of the figure itself kind of hinders that. So it's more designed for moving out to the side than anything else. You could rotate at the upper leg, bend the knee at 2 points, bend and rotate at the ankle. So the drones are kind of the army builders of the Iron Man 2 line. It's really the only figure you'd ever need to pick up more than one of. Unfortunately, by the rarity these things seem to have, at least in the past, it was kind of a daunting challenge to even hope to do that. Now, 2 of these drones, this one and the air drone, were single carded, and the ground drone and the sea drone were in multi-packs. So those ones kind of were army built, at least given 2 of already for you, so that makes life a little easier. But those packs are also a little harder to come by. But then again, also with those packs, you do have to buy figures you may already have or don't really want. Seeing this body too kind of makes me a little upset that we never got a Final Battle Whiplash. I mean, the body's basically made. You probably take the parts from all the drones and flip them around how you need them and have gotten the Whiplash. Heck, this guy even came with the whips. I'm sure you could probably custom one together if you really wanted to, but I want a real release of one. I want a real Final Battle Whiplash figure, and I don't think we're ever going to get one. On its own, the drone's pretty darn cool. I love the sculpting on it. I wish the paint was more accurate. I kind of wish the name had been the real name of the character. If I was a carded collector, that would probably bug me a whole lot, but since I'm not, then, you know, it's a little easier to get over. But still, cool figure. I'm going to recommend him. This has been another Outside the Box review. Stay tuned as we continue to count down to Avengers.